The tires crunch across snow as a Mercury Montego climbs deeper into the Sierra Nevada, far from any town, far from any light. Inside are 5 young men. They're laughing one moment, anxious the next. A storm is coming. The road is narrowing, and no one, not the men, not their families, not even investigators, will ever understand why they're here. By the time the sun rises, they'll be gone, and only one of them will never be found. February 24th, 1978. Chico, California. The Yuba City boys, Bill Sterling, Jack Madruga, Ted Wire, Jack Hewitt, and Gary Mathias, are excited. They've just watched a college basketball game at Chico State. It's late, but they're smiling as they pile into Jack's 1969 Mercury Montego to head home. They have plans. Big ones. The next day, they're supposed to play in a Special Olympics tournament sponsored by the local Gateway Projects, an organization for developmentally disabled adults. Their uniforms are laid out. Their families are expecting them. These boys don't party, they don't drink. They love basketball, each other, and routine. But they never make it home. The next day, their families are panicking. None of them show up. Phone calls go unanswered. By Sunday, law enforcement joins the search. On Tuesday, they find the car, abandoned on a remote mountain road near Oroville, stuck in light snow. But here's what doesn't make sense. It's 70 miles off course from the route between Chico and Yuba City. None of the boys had any reason to be there. The terrain is rugged, steep, and deadly in winter. The car has no signs of damage. It's not truly stuck. 5 healthy men could have easily pushed it free. The keys are gone, but the doors are unlocked. A map of California is in the glove box. Windows are rolled up. It looks calm, and then nothing. For months, June 4th, nearly 4 months later, the snow finally begins to melt. A group of motorcyclists rides through the wilderness and stumbles across a trailer belonging to the U.S. Forest Service. The door is open. Inside, lying on a mattress, wrapped tightly in 8 sheets, is Ted Wire. His body is partially decomposed. His beard shows he survived for nearly 13 weeks. His feet are frostbitten. His shoes are gone. On a nearby table are opened cans of sea rations, and inside the storage shed is enough food to feed all 5 men for a year. A propane tank remains untouched. Ted starved to death, surrounded by everything he needed to survive. Even stranger, Gary Mathias's tennis shoes are in the trailer, but Gary himself is gone. He's never been found. 2 days later, the remains of Bill Sterling and Jack Hewitt are discovered in the woods, along the road between the car and the trailer. Bones. Scattered. Picked apart by animals. A Forest Service blanket is found. Jack Madruga is discovered a short distance away, still wearing his gold watch. Frozen. Face up. Why would they abandon the car? Why trek 20 miles uphill in a snowstorm? Why didn't they start a fire or use the food and gas in the trailer? Who wrapped Ted in sheets? Why were some bodies so far from the others? And what happened to Gary Mathias? He'd been stable, taking medication for schizophrenia. But he'd had psychotic breaks before. One theory is that Gary led the group into the woods during an episode, but his family insists he wouldn't endanger the others. He loved them, protected them. They were his best friends. Others believe they were running from something, chased by someone. Maybe they picked up a hitchhiker after the game. Maybe there was a confrontation. Some even suggest a sinister force in the mountains, but there's no evidence of foul play, no trauma, no signs of violence, just a car, a corpse in a trailer, a few scattered remains, and silence. Decades later, no new clues have emerged. Gary Mathias remains missing, his family never stopped searching, and the Sierra Nevada keeps its secrets. Thank you for listening to The Lantern's Tale. If you enjoyed this true story, join us next time, if you dare.